I just want to clear up any confusion and make sure we're all on the same page here that this is not a ninja movie. It's Rage of Honor on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at me!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at me!
No more hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers!
Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. It's madness time for stinkers. Stinky, 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 stinky,
No,
stinky
just stop.
madness. I'm Justin.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Sam.
Oh, he's sad, Sam.
He hasn't had a sandwich yet.
I haven't.
A turd sandwich. I'm going to go back to my trailer and rethink my life. It wasn't a good joke.
What's the kid's name in Chocolate Factory?
Chocolate
Charlie.
Yeah, I guess that's the name of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Or we'll cut out your kidney and sell it on the black market.
I don't think that you've seen that movie.
No, I was thinking of Charlie the Unicorn.
What?
Yeah, Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah, they
famed
did sell
meme.
his...
That's also a magical tell.
Pretty obscure reference that some people might get. Jackie, good one. It's better than my turd sandwich joke, though, so I award you half a point.
Oh, that means yours was worth like .001.
No, I'm taking away points from me.
Okay,
I get negative points,
fair enough.
so I'm in the deficit. I need a points loan with good interest rates.
Oh my god.
I hear they're on the way up.
This is a podcast where the three of us watch a shitty film and then discuss
A shitty film?
a shitty film. This shitty film stars Sho Kosugi, who happens to be my favorite of ninja actors. He is not a ninja in this film. Just
Are you sure?
he's a cop.
Oh, come on. This is kind of a ninja movie.
The movie tells us
They have katanas.
that this is not a ninja movie.
They have katanas and throwing stars.
He has all the tools of the ninja, but he's a cop.
He's definitely a ninja commando at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And he has to fight like a bunch of ninjas.
I'm just saying
It's not a ninja movie.
that this is not a ninja movie.
Uh-huh.
Despite the uncanny resemblance to a ninja movie.
Okay.
He's just a ninja who's also a cop.
Or is he a cop who, like, checked out a book at the library about ninjas and was like, yeah, okay, I think this is good copping if I do this. Like, I could do both. I could become ninja cop. Not samurai cop, ninja cop. Or would he be cop ninja?
Agent Ninja. Because he's with the DEA.
Ninja.
Agent throwing star.
Turd sandwich.
Turd sandwich.
Okay, that was terrible.
You're back to even, Jack.
This is subsequently why the DEA had sort of a downturn in the 90s, is because they quit hiring ninjas to be their agents.
Yeah. I wonder how Waco would have gone.
That was the ATF.
Well, you know.
They never hired ninjas, those fucking limp dicks. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I wonder if they would have ever caught Kaiser Sose or
Yeah.
Walter White if they had ninjas.
Yeah, the usual suspects was 2 minutes long if Sho Kosugi's in there. Like, some guy just kind of like hobbles in because he's got a bad leg. Ninja star.
Adam-
Why'd you do that, Sho Kosugi? He was obviously a bad guy. I'm sorry, what? Shut up your face.
Adam Baldwin says, "Put it in the fucking bag," and then gets stabbed in the neck with a ninja star. And then he and Benicio del Toro could have vague dialogue off, like who's saying what, because both of them are gibberish talkers. Sho Kosugi cannot speak in this movie.
Well, this is one of the, like, he left canon because he did the 3 movies with canon.
Right, which he had very few lines in all 3 of the ninja movies.
And he was overdubbed.
Right.
And in the third one, he was really sort of backseated, and I think that's why he sort of... There's not a lot to find out about these movies, but he's been backseated by canon, so he's gone off on his own with these ones.
Yeah.
And this is sort of him making the movies that he wants to make, and he's not getting overdubbed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you can really tell.
Yeah,
He's hard to understand.
This is the unofficial sequel or follow-up to Pray for Death, which is a very liked ninja movie. It's like the respected 80s ninja movie, even though it's silly and bonkers and dumb as all the other ninja movies. But this one is in no point good. It stinks.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's fan-fucking-tastic ninja action.
Yeah, whereas Pray for Death, it's like Ninja 1, Ninja 2, and Pray for Death are almost all the same movie.
Right, pretty much.
But this one and Nine Deaths of the Ninja are like, what the hell is going on?
Who is behind this? Who is behind this, Sam?
Gordon Gessler.
Gordon Gessler, who also directed Pray for Death.
Pray for Death, and Jackie's favorite, the Kiss in the, what is it? Kiss in the Phantom in the Park, or what the hell is?
Yeah, I always thought it was, it's Kissing the Phantom in the Park, I think.
Is
Phantom
it?
of the Park.
You're the one that likes it, Jackie.
Even though she's never seen it.
No, wait, she likes the one with the dog and Alice Cooper.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I like
Monster
that
Dog.
one. Monster Dog.
Yeah, well, it has nothing to do with Monster Dog. Gordon
Okay.
Gessler didn't direct that.
Kissing the Phantom of the Park, though, I think is going to be a future episode at some point.
Okay. So Gordon Gessler at least twice, probably 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've wanted to do that one for a while. We're just having a hard time finding a copy of that one.
I think it's on YouTube, but it might be dubbed on YouTube. So, what else you got about this film, Sam?
Other than it was the break with Canon and that Sho Kosugi's really running the show, not a lot.
Was it direct to video, do you think, or did this have a theatrical release?
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
It probably saw... This is back when you could do 2,000 screens, though, too. So
Right.
I bet it probably saw 2,000 screens.
Okay, so we don't have any actual
Numbers on it? No, it's hard to determine.
Yeah. All right. As we mentioned, it's about a tough cop whose name I think is Tanaka, but we're just going to call him Sho for the sake of this movie.
I know that his first name is Shiro.
Shiro Tanaka.
Yeah.
He's the head of drug enforcement for the world.
He's the boots on the ground for the DEA.
Yeah, he's part of the USDEA, which
Okay.
doesn't make sense because his boss is British.
And none of this film takes place in America.
And they're also their strings are being pulled by some stuffy fucker who says that he's the head of the Office of Liaison.
The State Department of Liaison.
The State Department of Liaison, yeah.
Because that's a thing.
Okay. And they're just basically on this, like, what's that called in video games? On the rails path from drugs to revenge to saving his girlfriend. There's really no plot to this film. Like, the bad guys aren't selling drugs. They just have drugs that he finds and then has to kill a bunch of guys. And when I say he kills a bunch of guys, he kills a bunch of fucking guys.
There's a lot of... The body count on this thing is high.
The villains of this film, who there's many villains in this film. Like, there's 3 different antagonists, in this movie, and the corporation that they represent of villainy seriously is like the League of Calamitous Intent, or the Guild of Calamitous Intent. They have minions out the ass.
This being the 3rd time that I saw it, I thought that I figured it out.
The plot, or where they get their bad guys?
Well, at least who was who.
Okay.
And I didn't, because as I'm looking at the cast list and their names,
Uh-huh.
I thought that the other guy that can't speak English, the Hispanic gentleman.
I thought he was French, but okay.
Wow, he's indeterminately
Yeah.
accented.
Yeah.
I thought he was Italian.
There you go.
All right.
Let's just cover all of Europe with this guy.
This guy.
He's the Prince of Europe.
Yeah, I thought he was Mr. Havelot, the head bad guy, but it's not. His name is Carlos Estrada, and Louis Van Bergen, the guy that isn't Doctor Who or Dennis
Miller. Right.
is Havelock, not Havelot.
All right.
Oh.
So you're pretty confused.
You don't know who anybody is.
So where are they getting their bad guys? Because like I was saying, they have an unlimited number of henchmen.
Well, it seems like they have ties to both ninja farms
And farmer farms.
And farmer farms and the Teamsters.
And the Teamsters. Correct.
So
And a fat Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got heavies too. So they've got a line on some heavies. They got some ninjas. They've got to deal with the Teamsters.
They have commando-ninjas too. Because at some point, some guys that
that's
have
commando
access
ninjas.
to military equipment who are also ninjas. show
I think
up.
that they're probably the same ninja farm though.
Okay. They're just like a special branch of the ninja farm. Like, you got straight up black pajama ninjas with katanas, and then ninjas with bazookas over on this side.
Yeah, which is the one that we did a movie for the podcast where they're selling ninjas.
Yeah.
That was
The
American Ninja.
color-coded. Yeah, American Ninja.
Right.
They're getting them there.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be. Okay.
I think it's the same kind of setup, but just crappily set up. They're like, there's a front gate, there's a building there, and, you get dropped off by a bus because obviously you've been kidnapped. And they're like, go in that building.
Went into TJ and your family never heard from you again.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, okay, fill out this questionnaire. And they watch you, and then if you don't know how to read or write, then you're in the farmer group.
Mm-hmm.
And then they hand you, like the little hat and the little...
What are you trying to say about farmers?
Nothing.
Okay.
Overpaid bastards.
Yeah, so that, you just kind of go through and then they give you a position, and then that's the center of the base that you have to stay on.
Now, it should be also noted before we dive into this, the reason why we're bringing this is the third time we brought this movie up on the podcast. First, we did streaming do's and don'ts on it. Then it made my number 4 pick for my year in review.
Yes.
I believe it was number 4. And now we're doing an entire episode about it. So, are you guys ready to get into this thing?
We should mention a little bit about the Dennis Miller lookalike.
Okay.
John Sable.
Sable.
John. His Sable was the series that he was in. Because I have to talk about this because it's such a stupid idea.
Okay.
His name is
Butthole.
Louis Van Bergen, and the show Sable is about a vigilante by night who writes children's books during the day.
Oh, my God.
Series didn't make it.
Oh, I can't imagine
Oh
why.
my
And it has this
God.
guy in it as the, oh, I like to write these books. Hey, kids, how are you doing? And then at night, I'm Batman.
Right.
And Renee Russo had her first appearance in that series.
How about that?
How about that? Yeah. In this, he stinks.
Yes.
You can't really tell what he is. Again, with the confusion, it's like, I guess he's the brains and the muscle, and then the other guy that can't really speak clearly is the money?
Let's talk about him as a villain. Is he I think he's in the same discussion as chainmail wearing guy from Commando. What's his name? Bennett.
Yeah.
Bennett.
As worst visual villains of all time.
I think the Doctor Who thing makes him worse than Bennett.
When he shows up for the start of this, when you first see this guy, he's dressed like what I would say that artist guy who lives downtown and tries to seduce your wife. Like, just a fucking artisty, douchey kind of slime ball that's like, oh, I'm smart, and really he's not. He just seduces women with like that guy from Unfaithful starring Diane Lane. Just kind of slimy,
I never watched that.
grody guy. And then all of a sudden he's dressed like Doctor Who / Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And then
He takes all that off.
Right.
And he's definitely trying to be Michael Landon from Little House.
True.
Yep.
Like he's torturing somebody. He can't torture him dressed like Michael Landon from Little House.
Yeah.
You can't torture people dressed like that.
Like, at any point in time, he could come out and wear Jerry's pirate shirt. And, that would be part of the film.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey.
He is a really bad and not intimidating villain.
No, he's very not intimidating.
Bad cast, guys.
He was... Ugh.
Couldn't get Lee Horsley, I guess.
There was not
From-
one
yeah,
good-looking
talk about Lee
dude in this
Horsley.
entire movie.
What? Shokosugi's not handsome?
You don't like Shokasugi?
No.
Okay.
Huh. His head is rather poofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not one good-looking dude in this whole movie.
What about the
Bandito dancers?
the guy that he meets in Argentina? He's not a slick-looking dude?
No.
All right, fine.
Okay. Non-slick looking dudes. Are we ready to do this?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I just wanted our female listeners to know that there was nobody good-looking in this film.
There's not any good-looking females in this film either.
Jemmy is all right.
Jem's okay.
Oh,
Is
really?
it Jennifer?
Yeah, it's Jennifer.
Gemoffer?
I thought her name was Jem.
However, there are some boats and hoes in this film because that's what we open on.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes.
A party barge of dubious origins and manufacturing opens this film.
Yes.
This party barge, though, is super cool.
It's pretty big. What
It
is
is
this, like a
huge.
60-foot?
Oh, I bet it's 80 feet long. It's a goddamn river yacht is what it is. But it's like a space station at the same time.
Yeah,
I was like a greenhouse to me. Like everything's windowed and
slash hovercraft.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
greenhouse hovercraft.
Like, this is somebody's, like, someone made this. This is a one-of-a-kind deal.
Oh, I know where it comes from. It's leased from the Minnesota Vikings. You know,
Oh.
Oh,
that's what they have to make some money
Just-
somehow. They can't win football games, so they just have boats and host parties.
Yep.
Lease out their
Scrubbing bubbles. They
The-
needed a lot of those after the Vikings got done with it. Those filthy bastards.
This is a Minnesota Vikings boat party.
It is.
Boat party on this boat. It's filled with bikini-clad women, shirtless men who are still wearing pants.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
I believe I saw Matt Stafford on the boat partying as well. And then one of the villains. I guess he's not really one of the villains, but
No.
he's a drug dealer. This is a drug dealer party.
Yeah.
And is his drugs connected to the later drugs?
I'm guessing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I thought that this was the same dude that we see later.
Nope, we do not see him because he doesn't make it, Jackie.
Yeah, he doesn't make it.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I was
Okay.
just confused by all the dentures in this movie.
Yeah, right.
They were very distracting to me, so that's how I identified characters was based off their
Whether
dentures.
they had teeth or not.
Yeah. Oh, those are dentures.
So Shokasugi and team, his buddy force, whatever these guys are.
The DEA.
Yeah. It's a sting. Party's over, people. It's a fuzz.
Yeah.
And everybody just starts pulling out guns and shooting. Like, no, freeze. It's just, okay, battle time.
Yeah.
All right.
The bartender starts it.
Okay.
So they pull out their guns. This is a bust.
Uh-huh.
The bartender's like, you know what? I'm just going to sneak over here, totally get a gun on the sly, save the day. I'm a freelancing dickhead.
This is going to make me look good in the
Yeah.
eyes of my drug dealing
He
boss.
justifies Shokasugi having a gun
Mhm.
because he shoots him. Shokasugi shoots the bartender, and then he just sort of tosses the gun back and forth and hits people with it and does karate.
And he takes out this entire boat by himself. Now, he's got two other guys with him who don't do anything. They pull out their guns, and then Shokasugi proceeds to murder everybody on this boat.
Yeah.
Just the men.
Well, fine.
Well, it depends on what you do to him. He'll either kick you or kill you, depending on how rough you are.
Mhm.
Like, you get to choose.
What if you're just standing there pointing your gun around at people and he sneaks up from behind you?
And
Then-
sticks you in the butt.
Yeah, that's what happens there.
He shoves his pistol into a man's ass.
It
It
was
is-
so funny.
Sexual assault.
Yeah.
And the guy had really short blue shorts on, too.
Yeah, he's wearing jogger shorts.
Yeah, and it was like, ha ha ha, you got a gun stuck up your butt.
Yeah, the guy turns around and is like, the fuck, man? And Shokasugi's like, mm-hmm.
He smiles.
Yeah.
Like, haha.
Gun butt.
You are now going to remember this for the rest of your life in shame.
And good luck getting your underwear out of your anus because
Oh, he's not wearing underwear.
No, he's not.
I pushed those shorts way up your beehole
Yeah. He's going commando in the jogging shorts.
with my gun.
So that his wiener might fall out.
The man's not a virgin anymore.
No.
No.
Oh, I guess this is how you prepare for prison. You know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just like a little bit of a shove. It's up there.
Thanks, officer. Now when I drop the soap later, it won't hurt as bad.
Yeah,
Mm.
because honestly, his butt is eating the front of the gun.
You may as well have just left it in there.
Yeah. Take this with you, buddy.
Here, hold this for a second. I got to go drive a boat. Whoop.
Yeah, the bad guy, the main bad guy, the head drug dealer, he jumps onto his jet boat. They have two jet boats that are connected to this party barge.
Yes.
And it's just like Face Off, where they happen to be the fastest boats that have ever been created.
I actually think Face Off borrows a lot from this movie. Like, a lot
Yeah,
from
sure,
this movie. This is the beginning of borrowing from Face Off. We should mention, though, that one of the boats requires two drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a pilot co-pilot situation thing.
Yeah.
So the bad guy can't escape without like a helper.
Mhm.
Like, oh, come on, Steve, we gotta get out of here. I'm just gonna fuck off over here. No, you have to help me drive this 2-man super boat.
Whereas Shokusugi gets into a boat and then he just drives it by himself.
Drives it by himself, yeah.
Yeah. Some pretty big boat chase here. Lots of gunfire. At one point, Shokusugi runs out of bullets,
Yes.
and so does the other guy. And Shokusugi pulls out a ninja star. Wait, I'm sorry. He has a ninja star?
I thought he was a DEA
I
agent.
thought he was a fucking cop. Huh. But
He's one tough cop who's also a ninja.
Well,
And this is a big ass ninja star. It's not like the normal little one that's like maybe an inch high.
Mhm.
This thing looks like it's at least 3 to 5 inches.
it's a big ninja
It's
star.
a 4-inch diameter shuriken.
Yeah. And he breaks the rules of physics here because they're traveling at 100 miles per hour
In boats.
in boats, and he chucks the ninja star 50 yards ahead of his boat and into the neck
And
of the bad guy.
sideways,
And
too.
sideways.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work ever.
He's
but,
got a good arm.
Yeah, he should play for the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, he didn't stick around long enough. Maybe
Yeah.
the Vikings boat party was afterwards.
What do we do with all these dead bodies? Leave them.
Just leave him.
We'll make use of them. You don't know how these boat parties go for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
That's gross. The guy with his gun up his butt that was like, I'm ready to try.
Oh?
Yeah. Now that I've been assaulted, I'm ready to try.
Ready to try a Minnesota Vikings boat party?
Yep.
Just call me Tom Cruise. I'm a candy ass. I guess.
That's a joke that's from 2 episodes
2
ago.
episodes ago.
He's going to be like,
Everybody knows Tom Cruise is a candy ass, goddammit.
So the guy with the ninja star in his neck, I guess also, like, it does require 2 guys. It's not just the driver and the guy in the back with a gun. Because as soon as this guy's ninja star, the boat just goes into trees and explodes.
Explodes, which means that the Vikings don't have to have a barbecue either.
Oh, no.
Because they're so bad they eat other humans. The Minnesota Vikings. How are you still in the NFL? Cannibals. Bastards.
Yeah, but they don't smoke pot, Sam, so
They
it's okay
don't.
with Goodell. All right, so it's a big drug bust. Lots of coke that they procure. And the mayor of the DEA, or what's this guy's, the State Department of Liaison,
No,
shows up.
no, this is the British guy who you're like, you work for the U.S. Department of Drug Enforcement, but you are British.
He never says. We just know by all of the conversations that he's with the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I make the calls.
And he's like not happy because of some reason why they got all the drugs.
You guys don't stick to procedure. You're a bunch of loose cannons.
Well, he does have reason to be mad because this is all taking place in Buenos Aires. They have no jurisdiction here. So maybe they're like, what are you guys even fucking doing here? You're freelancing. Now you get to all go to jail, including me, because I'm your boss, and you guys just murdered like a bunch of guys.
A bunch of guys.
And didn't bother to like call the actual Argentinian police at any point.
They're dirty cops.
Dirty cops!
It's like the river. There's a dirty river.
That was a dirty, gross river, yeah. So I guess later, okay, that scene's done.
Done.
Later, Shokusugi's having dinner with his girlfriend named Jen.
I thought it was Jim Offer.
Jamafo.
I thought her name was Gem.
Jem Jama. Juma Jama.
Like Gem in the holograms.
Yeah, poor Shokusugi.
Oh, Gem.
Oh, poor Shokusugi, man. He's a ninja, and he's rich, and he got to be in his own movies. Poor bastard.
Yeah, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't talk so good in English. It's his second language, goddammit. He's a fucking ninja in real life.
So they're having dinner. He's dressed in a tuxedo and very James Bond looking, I think. And she's dressed like a schoolmarm.
Yeah, her outfit for this was not awesome.
It's about as frumpy as you get.
Yeah. It was like, oh, well, at least you put in some effort with those shoulder pads to make yourself look more linebacker-ish. But, a button-down blouse with a pair of jeans when your boyfriend's got on a tuxedo with a silk scarf.
Sure.
I mean, he was looking sharp. Like,
Yeah.
this was almost a turning point for me where I was like, you know what? He's kind of a good-looking dude.
I'm surprised he didn't have a top hat and a cane and,
A gold tooth.
yeah, gold tooth. Well, I don't know about the gold tooth, but he's going to the opera later. And
What?
You guys don't watch Young Frankenstein, apparently.
Well, it just sounded like you were
Putting on the Ritz. It's-
quoting
it's-
Sho Kosugi.
Ritz.
Yeah, you guys should watch that sick American classic, Young Frankenstein. Tuxedos, tap dancing, putting on the Ritz.
He has put on the Ritz here, for sure.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his pal has got a hot lead that there's some drugs someplace.
At a coffee farm.
Yeah, and at a coffee farm.
No, it's like a construction zone, too.
Warehouse.
Thing it's like
With a bunch of coffee beans
Uh,
and an open vat of something.
yeah, molten vat place.
it's got a hot tub.
Yeah, it's a big hot tub.
It's a hot tub.
Or it's a jacuzzi. Those are jacuzzis. when they have-
Jacuzzi.
Yeah.
This warehouse has it all.
Yeah, it's like this vat looks uncannily similar to Duncan Jack's jacuzzi where he has meetings.
He doesn't. There's no babes, though.
Yeah. So he gets in there. He breaks into the bad guy factory just by opening the front door.
He's also going it alone. He's like,
Right.
Whatever. I'm just going to, like, DEA bust this shit on my own
Uh-huh.
in another country.
Yeah, but the door is like some shitty trailer park screen door that
Is unlocked.
is just hanging there by like one hinge.
All right. Well, that was hard breaking into here. Finds drugs. Oh, shit. But then he gets nabbed immediately by the artist.
I want to drink that coffee. Like the
Oh,
the
yeah?
coffee beans that everything is hidden, the cocaine is hidden in.
With the cocaine or
Well, I mean,
hoping
wonder,
that some of the cocaine got into the coffee.
yeah, like
line it all up?
wonder if a bag got punctured during shipment,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got that coffee. Do you imagine how like fucking awesome your day would be? You're like, I am always gonna buy Rova coffee from here on out. Like,
I don't know what they put in that shit, but man, oh my god, it's the fucking
I'm
best. It's
wide awake.
It's the best coffee I've ever had in my life, and it's cheap and it's not bad. And I need another cup. Can somebody give me another cup, please? God damn it, I need more coffee. Fuck Folgers. Fuck Folgers. And then you go into a cocaine rage and end up in prison.
Yeah.
And then the next day is Tuesday.
And they the world goes on without you.
yeah, the next day's Tuesday. You get up and make another pot of coffee
God, I
at work.
could go for some coffee right
Ted had to file your TPS reports.
now. And then you shove a baseball bat through Ted's face in a cocaine.
Well, you're in
rage.
prison.
No, you just get out and start over.
Oh, why not?
By the rules of this world's universe. So, which we find out about later, how prison works. So he's nabbed by the bad guy, and he's like, tell me everything you know. Where's your partner? Because he's the one I really want.
This is an incredibly dubious sequence because he's like, and he does this like it's his catchphrase for the movie, like, let's start it slow and keep it smooth and just tell me everything or some bullshit like that, right?
Just let it flow.
Let it flow. That's it. Yeah. So
He's a
There's-
Buddhist right now too.
no reason why this other guy wouldn't just tell him everything
None.
because he already knows you're with the DEA. You're trying to catch me for selling drugs.
Uh-huh.
Tell me everything you know. Wait, I just told you everything you know. We both know everything.
Well, see, it all started back in 1967 when my parents met together at a movie theater, and my mom tugged on my dad's wiener through a bowl of popcorn, and then 9 months later, I was born, and we moved to San Francisco when I was 6. I didn't mean that, everything.
Yeah, tell me everything. Because everything about the situation we're both in, we both know everything about.
Oh, so you're a drug bust guy,
Yeah?
and I'm a drug dealer.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everything.
Well, we're here, I guess, so we should do the torture thing. Why not?
Oh, I want you to know, just so we're clear, that I'm different than all of the other bad guys you've ever met. I like pain.
And I write children's books.
Yeah, and I write children's books. But also, I don't like to receive pain.
Ah.
I like to inflict pain. So I'm totally different. In no way similar to any bad guy you've ever dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. I like to inflict pain.
Yep.
Those guys like to give their enemies cupcakes. I'm not big into cupcakes. I like pain.
Well, you should have seen Rio in the 80s. It was a crapshoot with the drugs.
Huh?
Oh, because this is Buenos Aires. I'm saying at the same time,
Uh-huh.
Rio, they were fucking around with cupcakes. They didn't know what they were doing.
Right. No, this guy's an idiot. All villains like to
bad.
inflict pain. That's kind of their thing. Their number one thing that villains like to do is hurt people. But he's different. What an asshole.
So some of them like to pet cats and enjoy caviar.
That's true.
While inflicting pain.
Yes.
Have nice dinner parties.
Yeah. While inflicting. Okay.
Well,
so,
the caviar doesn't taste as good if somebody's not in, dungeon pain.
right. Dungeon pain.
True.
Or getting a gun shoved up his butt. He gets a hot poker treatment. I guess, he just gets burned in the chest a bunch.
He gets burned in the chest 4 times, and then they kind of poke him in the face a couple of times.
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to fucking die from that.
No, not really.
He's got, some raspberries on his back, too.
Is it possible to die from hot poker if, they don't pierce your organs
I
with
don't
it?
know.
Because it's self-cauterizing. You wouldn't bleed. You would just be burned.
Well, eventually...
Or hurt like fucking hell.
That, again, I think several episodes we talked about the skin being the largest organ in the body. So
Yeah.
you'd start to damage over 70% of the skin, you're looking pretty... You're not going to make it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
But
he's
he's not...
yeah.
He's at about 0.2% of
Yeah.
his surface
Yeah,
area.
I think he's going to make it. But I guess shows like, Jennifer, I have to go. I've got ninja sense.
He was on the phone.
Yeah, but who's he calling?
I don't know.
No, so what happens is we hear a phone conversation, and then the waiter comes and hands him a closed booklet, and he opens it.
Which
We're
is the check.
meant to believe that it's a no. It's actually the check. He's like, I have to go. I don't know what to pay for this.
Yeah, he totally died in dashes.
Yeah, Jennifer had to pay the bill.
Oh, my God. So he just shows up, and I want to mention that he's got a fucking bitchin' vet that he pulls up in. Good for you, show.
It's the pace car.
It's the C4 pace car.
Yeah.
But he's ready for action. He's all sneaking in, and he comes in and just starts taking out dudes. No questions asked. No, cheese it, I'm the police. He's just murdering people.
He actually kills the guy who is just totally working there.
He's just watching. He's the security guy that's
Yeah.
watching the fucking Celtics Lakers in the finals, and he breaks his fucking neck.
Breaks his neck.
Doesn't even see him coming. Just
Could have just been an employee of whatever company that was.
I'm a temp.
Yep.
I work for pro staff at minimum wage.
They totally make way too much off me, though.
Now I'm dead. And he's flipping around. He's jumping all over the place. And guess what, guys? He's a total fucking ninja.
He is doing flips again with the face-off, borrowing. This is the precursor to gun fu here.
Yeah.
He's totally flipping while shooting people.
He does a front flip and midair shoots 2 guys with both of his arms. Or he's got one gun and he ninja stars another guy. I don't know.
It's craziness.
I forgot to do a body count, but I'm guessing he kills 16 guys in just this one warehouse.
Just this one warehouse, yeah.
Yeah.
5 of which were just employees of the warehouse.
Right, they're not even drug dealers. He finds Ray, and who has died from his his skin burns.
I think he just passed out.
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
The rest of this film is vengeance for Ray.
Yeah.
No, I think he passed out. Shokasugi thought he was dead, and then just leaves his ass there when the building blows up.
Yeah, okay, that could also be.
Human shield.
Did you check his pulse at all? Well, yeah, because the villain is like, haha, I'm out of here. Walks out the front door. The rest of his goons have lined the place with gasoline. He chucks a cigarette in there, explodes the whole place.
Big explosion.
Blows the hell out of his warehouse that has all of his drugs in it.
I just imagine while they're driving away and he's smoking, he's like, you guys got the drugs out? And they're like, no, you just told us to blow up the building.
Oh, fuck me.
So we don't sell drugs, Pete? I mean, fuck.
Now-
Sometimes you got to connect the dots on your own, man.
That was $60 million in 1987's millions monies in drugs. Now I have no drugs to sell the Russian mafia, and they're not going to be happy.
So I'm going to let you talk to him, Pete.
So, yeah. If you could come in this weekend, that'd be great. He is fucking Lumberg. He's the Lumberg of drug dealers.
He's the Lundberg drug lord.
Yeah, oh my God. Hell, Lumberg fucked her. So Shokasugi's dead. He's been exploded. Or has he? Because the cops come in, the fire department, get the whole thing cooled down, and nobody notices.
So they also say,
Mhm.
at least nobody was in here.
Right.
There's like 17 dead bodies.
There's a bunch of dead bodies in there.
Everyone was in there.
So they pulled all the dead bodies out before they exploded it so that the cops wouldn't be like, well, at least we didn't find a bunch of dead drug dealers and temp staff guys.
Yeah, we did. They're everywhere. You're
They're-
standing in a temp guy right now.
Yeah, that's his face that your foot is on top of.
I'm not a crime scene investigator. I'm just a crime
Well,
scene investigator. Ah, crap. I'm
When
bad
I
at my
said
job.
nobody was inside, I meant nobody important. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's the mayor over there.
oh.
God damn it.
No, I stand by that. I said nobody important.
What does the mayor really do? Really?
So Sho Kusugi is not dead. He's just in a bucket of some sort that is either
Ash.
I
think it's Ray.
I think it's fucking Ray. I think that he dove into this bucket, put Ray on top of him. The explosion has cremated Ray, and now he's just covered in his buddy.
Yes. And
Yep.
Jackie's right. He's not actually dead. He was asleep.
Right.
So his rage of honor is really self-motivated because he actually killed his buddy. Oh, revengeful Ray.
All right, so he goes to his boss's house, and I have no idea what is said here, so we're not really going to address this plot point. But it all boils down to that he needs to avenge Ray, and in order to do that, he's got to have authorization to go to Argentina, where the entire movie has taken place up to this point. So he's got to, like...
I couldn't tell if they started in Rio and they end up in...
No, the boat says underneath it, Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Yeah, they've been there the whole time.
The whole time.
You can't go to Buenos Aires. I'm already there. We're standing in it right now.
This is the Capitol building of Buenos Aires.
You and me have lived here for 10 years.
We're from here. Okay. So they land him, and he's bringing his girlfriend with him. I don't know why he would do such a thing.
It's because he lives in Buenos Aires, and she does too.
Yeah, but they take a plane to their house,
Yep,
I guess.
they do. And then they have to take a plane back.
Right. And so they check into a hotel just down the street from where they live in this town that they're from.
Mm-hmm.
And he's downstairs talking to this other guy who...
I thought he was part of the first bust.
He is,
He is.
but his name from now on is going to be Par. Because that's
Yeah.
what Sho Kusugi addresses him as. Yo, you remember when we are Par? His name is Par? Are you trying to say partner?
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul?
I think they're trying to say he's trying to say Paul, but they can't say L's.
Racist,
You.
but totally might be accurate.
I think he was his pal.
Pal?
I don't know.
Par. Okay, well, his name is Par for our podcast. And he's down there, they're talking, and then he finds out that, like, there's a disc, and
A disc that has 4 words on it because it's a fucking 5 1/4 floppy.
what would even be on this disc?
The definition of one word.
Right.
If you had a dictionary for your computer,
Mhm.
it had like 73 of these discs just to have a small children's dictionary.
Right.
Because it was such. What do you think on there?
128.
No, those are the 4 1/4s.
Right. I thought the
5 and a.
I thought the hard 3.5s were 512.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
So there's actually 128 kilobytes on a
KB.
5. That's a lot.
Yeah, man. You could have a total bootleg copy of Pac-Man on
Half of a book.
half of a book.
Half of a novel would fit on that.
Mhm. One of those ASCII images, you know, like those boob ladies that you make out of special characters.
Yes.
One of those. A demo to Frogger.
I don't even know if the demo to Frogger would fit on one.
Yeah. Okay, so but they've got something on this. It's probably the nuclear launch codes for the plot convenience of this film. But
He says it's coded information on the delivery schedules for the drugs.
all right, fine. Meanwhile, Jen's upstairs taking a shower, or she's going to, and they've got company. And a guy comes in to the hotel room where Jen's about to undress and pushes her out the window, or does she just kind of fall on her own accord?
Kind of helps him out a lot.
She doesn't put much effort into, like, there's a point where she's getting pushed off the balcony, and it appears to me that she is trying to reach for the ground while doing it. Like, oh, I'll help. I mean, it's not good. She needs to take a women's self-defense class here.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
that's
don't
what
know if the fall's going to kill her.
She's like 3 stories up, dude.
That's hospital.
Land on your head? I think
Land on your head, you're not going to make it, but, you know, you could just be severely injured for the rest of your life.
that's the first thing that they teach you in falling off a balcony stuntman class. Land on your head, you're going to be dead. It's written on the wall.
Yeah.
Turd sandwich.
Turd sandwich.
Yep, turd sandwich.
Don't
Okay.
do it in summer. It's a major bummer. Oh.
All right, so she's hanging there from the railing, and the guy's like stepping on her fingers and stuff. And Sho Kosugi comes in. He's like, "Holy shit!
Different hotel room.
What do you mean?"
Because he has to jump from one balcony to the other.
No, I think he goes in through the bedroom
Oh. So
that
he
has a balcony.
I think he's in a different room.
He is in a different room. He's just not in a different hotel room.
Maybe.
It's like a suite that they've got. It's like the honeymoon suite. And I don't know why he just doesn't go straight at this guy and kick him in the back off the ledge and then grab his girlfriend. But he goes through the other balcony, jumps onto like a flagpole, and does a swing kick into the guy's face, and it is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is pretty cool stunt.
He then proceeds to beat the shit out of this guy and throw him to his death prior to even trying to help
Correct.
Jennifer.
Yeah, she's dangling, and they have a pretty long and drawn out fist fight in the hotel room. And I think she fell to her death.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she held on.
And the whole time, not one boob slip.
You guys really think she's a looker, huh?
I mean,
There was no boobs in this movie.
Yeah, it's a ninja movie. There's rarely boobs in ninja movies.
There's rarely boobs in ninja movies.
Ugh, whatever.
They don't have time for that.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is not a ninja movie. This is a cop movie, and there's always boobs in cop movies. So
Not this one.
yeah, it's because it's a ninja movie.
Yes.
So he kills that guy. We get a nice dummy falling to his death. It's a pretty bad dummy. I like
Very
it.
bad one. He flies like a paper airplane almost. Because it's not even really a dummy all the way. It's just like a mannequin head and some hands and some shoes. And they just like stuffed some cotton into the clothes and pinned him together. So when they throw him out the window, he does not fall fast. And I was like, shh.
And very stiffly.
Yeah. It's like, very good flight on this one. We should have put some rocks in there or something.
So Jen is not happy about her trip to the hotel that's down the street from her house. She wants to go home, and she could just walk there. But I've had it with this. This is too dangerous. Why don't you come with me, Sho? And he's like, and she's like, I didn't really get that, but I'm going to go home anyways.
Well, she shifts gears, too, because at the beginning she's like, if you're staying, I'm staying. No, you can. Well, fine, then I'm leaving you forever. I don't know what you're saying.
Let me take
revengify Ray!
So he takes her to the airport, and the pilot has been swapped by a bad guy. Mm-hmm. And I guess Parr is going with her. Like, I guess your work is done.
It's done, too.
Escort my wife up the street, or girlfriend, or whatever
Yeah.
our relationship is.
Technically, Shiro, as his name is in the film, has quit. So
Yeah.
he's now freelancing in the town where he lives.
From his freelancing job.
Before?
Yeah. So they take off successfully, and the bad guy's like, that's flying the plane, is like, hey, we're going to make an unscheduled stop for gas. Even though we're just going like 20 miles in an airplane. But don't ask any questions about that.
Just going to fly around in a circle, go back to the airport, and be back in Buenos Aires in no time.
Yeah. The bad guy, the Dennis Miller looking guy, is having quite the elaborate house party. Jackie, you wanna go through this this
I
party
thought
sequence?
he was a guest.
Okay, whoever's having some kind of party.
Yes.
There are lots of people milling about,
Mhm.
and it seems quite boring at
It's
first.
a formal. It's a black tie affair too.
Yeah. But Havelock, I'm thinking that he comes in and he talks to his wife,
Indeterminate.
undetermined.
His wife Melania.
And she's like, I want
Straight
to.
it down, huh, Melania?
She's like, I want to try some sexual crap with you. And he's like, well, how do you know about that? That's a dangerous sex move. And she was like, because one of the other girls told me that you did it with her.
I want to try some sexual crap with you.
Yeah.
Dude,
No
this is-
hotter line has ever
Yeah.
been said by a woman ever,
You
Jackie.
should be writing songs for Barry White.
Yeah.
I want
And then,
some sexual crap.
then, cut to these flamboyantly dressed, they kind of look like they might be bull riders,
Or river dancers
river dancers. They've got a weird combination of shit going on.
/ jesters, court jesters.
Yeah, and they've got these balls on a string,
Uh-huh.
and they're tap dancing and swinging these balls around as fast as they can.
It's like fire dancing with yo-yo-yos. Yo-yo-yo-yos.
Yeah, I didn't get it, but it was very cool to watch. And then
Yeah.
now everybody's gathered around them and clapping.
Man, isn't it great to be a villain? Like, if we weren't villains, we would never get to see this kind of crap.
Yeah. And women wouldn't come up and just be like, I want to do some sexual crap with you.
I want to do some sexual crap with you that you did with Cindy.
Yeah. She said it was butt stuff. Well, I don't know, though.
Show is, meanwhile, breaking into another warehouse that's basically the same warehouse from before, filled with cocaine, coffee. And he, again, kills a bunch of guys and asks no questions and uses ninja weapons that he has because he's a cop. Right?
He also has just this uncanny ability to just find everything.
Uh-huh.
That seems like ninja sense to me.
It's ninja sense. I mean, cop sense, because, he's not a ninja. The bad guys meet and upstairs after the yo-yo fire dancing, and they're like, hey, some Asian guy, they say Oriental. Yeah, so
The Oriental's the rug, you son of a bitch.
yeah, you son of a bitch.
Sorry, so
Some Asian
white
guy-
person told me, right?
Has broken into our warehouse that looks just like that earlier warehouse that you exploded. Did the exact same thing as before, no questions, didn't say, hey, I'm the cops. He just started killing guys, including like 6 temps. And so I think he's still alive. I don't think you killed him in the explosion that you did last time. He's like, no, that's impossible. I blew his ass up.
Yep.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's him. So let's get in a couple ninjas here. The twins.
The twins. We know that shit is going to go down now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what has happened is Shok has left one of the bad guys alive in this warehouse, and that guy has got arrested. So they are going to send in the twins to assassinate this guy, I think, before he can give up the info.
Yeah.
I guess.
But Sho is going to pull Brian in Fast 6 and go into prison.
Yes, get arrested.
Well, he doesn't even get arrested. He just shows up at prison.
It
Well,
seems
how
like
can
he's
you-
arrested.
How can you not talk about how they prove their skills to the other drug dealer guy?
That's not that impressive.
They cut an apple into 4s.
Yeah, that's great.
In midair.
Yeah. I'm more impressed with how this whole prison thing
Works.
works out. Because you say he got arrested, but that would imply that he broke a law, and then the cops came and said, hold it, you're under arrest. That never happens. He just shows up and is led to a prison cell, which implies to me that he's like, hello, I would like to spend the night here. Is that acceptable with your rules? Yeah, this is like a hotel. Come on in.
Well, we can do it your way or my way. Your way, I punch you in the face,
Mm-hmm.
and you arrest me. My way, you just take me in there. Nobody gets punched in the face.
B?
B.
Okay, B. So he's in there to, I guess, get the info from the guy,
He's there to kill ninjas.
which is what happens. But okay, skip to the ninja killing.
So yeah, so the twins, we're gonna bring in. Now we're gonna fight fire with fire,
Uh-huh.
according to this schmuck that looks like Doctor Who and Dennis Miller. we're ready for serious business. We're bringing in the twins, who were immediately killed by Shokisugi in their first encounter.
They were completely ineffective.
They didn't even last long in terms of a fight scene.
They got their sword stolen.
and put into the like, let me see that sword. Here you go. Here is it back in your chest. I just wanted to see it for a second. I'm giving it back to you now.
Put it in my hand. Yeah, no, these two suck.
Yeah.
They're the worst,
twins.
like, whoa of all time. So he then just the next day gets out of jail. Meanwhile, nobody notices the 2 dead ninjas in the hallway, but whatever. And he just gets out of jail and goes and meets his old boss from the beginning of the movie, the State Department of Liaison.
Yes. And so I couldn't tell what was going on with these guys until they get to the State Department of Liaison, which you are to then assume that they are military police, but they got their names backward.
Mm-hmm.
Like the acronym said PM on their helmets and arm sleeves.
Right.
So I was like, man, there's a number of times that this shit like gets fucked up that bad in this movie, where you're just like, not even close.
Nope.
Missed it by a mile.
And he's told that Jen and the disc and Par have been nabbed. Like, they landed and we haven't heard from them, so you need to go get the disc. What about my girlfriend? Ooh, I'm sorry, what?
I'll
Just
pick
get the
her
disc.
up while you're there.
Yeah.
What does this look like? Not the State Department of Liaison?
So he gets choppered into, well, basically fucking paradise.
Yeah. It's very nice there.
Oh, that's what you're going to say?
Yeah.
That's like going to the Grand Canyon and being like,
It's kind of big.
kind of big.
Yeah.
It's grand, Sam.
It's something
Jackie, is this fucking paradise?
No,
Okay, all right. How's that?
because there's a lot of jungle around it, which means snakes, large insects, and wild animals. But it is beautiful.
Okay, beautiful. All right, yeah. There's fucking waterfalls everywhere. It's like where Diana grew up.
It's
when-
going...
before she became Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Niagara Falls and Victoria Falls. Eat shit.
Suck it. Here's the big elbow from one waterfall to another.
Yep.
Off the top ropes. Bitch. Yeah, no, this place is awesome. This is one of the best locations in a shitty movie that we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's going to go in there and rescue them, but they've also escaped somehow from being in captivity.
And taking a radio.
Yeah. Huh. All right. So he's just going to go meet them and I guess airlift them out of there. But between him and their rescue is a tribe of native people.
This is a perfect setup in the movie, too, because you're like, oh, I bet what's going to happen here is that the evil drug people are doing bad things to the environment.
They're oppressing the native culture.
And they're ruining the natives, and Shiro's going to run into the natives, and they're going to be like, oh, now that we understand each other and we have a common enemy, let's unite for the environment and for humanity.
And free the hostages.
And free the hostages. No?
No, that's not what happens. In Show's defense, they attack first.
They did. They struck first blood.
Yeah.
And
and
it was
not
a
last blood.
bad idea. So, little genocide later.
Uh-huh.
He gets on the radio with his old bro, Par. After genocide.
And
entire tribes of people.
yeah. Dennis Miller's out looking for Jen and Par and the disc. And Show climbs up a waterfall, which is pretty sweet. He grapple hooks up a waterfall and climbs it. And then he makes a rope bridge, like with his grappling hook bow and arrow thing, and then climbs across it, which is pretty cool. It looks very ninja-y.
It's very DEA copy.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
This is a cop movie.
Because he's dressed like a commando, not a ninja without a mask.
But the natives are still chasing him down, and they shoot an arrow at him, and it hits his rope, his bungee rope, through the middle and cuts it.
At one point, it looks like he gets shot in the side, too.
He's
but they
also-
just sort of ignore that
Well, he's
later.
catching arrows, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can do that because he's a DEA agent. And then the rope splits, and he's like held on there. You said it was very Spider-Man-esque.
Well, in the new trailer, Spider-Man is holding the boat together.
Yeah.
And this Shiro's got the rope on either side, and I said, eat shit, Spider-Man, because it looks tougher.
Yeah, it looks tougher. Eventually lets go one side, though, and swings to safety perfectly.
Perfectly. Not like full weight into rocks, which would happen.
Right.
Worst day ever.
So, the Dennis Miller has caught Jen and Parr, and so they're re-nabbed, and Show has to fight some farmers that are part of this now,
Yeah.
or are they like the natives who are just like, hey, get off our land? I don't know
Who
who
are
these guys
you?
are.
You're dead. That's who you
You're
are.
fucking dead.
Wait, I'm the angel of death, maybe.
Yeah,
he
they're-
kills all them.
Yeah, they're all dead. He also hits a tripwire, and one of those like bamboo booby trap things stab him in the chest. to
Almost. He catches it
death.
because he's a ninja. I mean, cop.
I think he's dead. Jackie, you think he's dead?
Yeah, at this point, I'm like, wow, what a shitty way to end the movie.
And Jen's like, fuck you, buddy. I'm getting out of here. And she runs away, but she runs into the river. That was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's rocks and snakes and crocodiles and...
And those weird eels that swim up your pee hole that apparently
Yeah.
don't exist, and that doesn't happen.
No, they do exist. You just they don't swim up your pee stream. That's the myth.
Huh.
Yeah, they swim up your pee hole if you're in the water.
Yuck.
Yeah.
You know what else is in there?
What?
Beaver fever.
Oh, no!
Don't drink the water!
Yeah, because Dennis Miller's like stalking her, kind of like Pepe Le Pew as she stumbles over these
Yeah.
rocks, which if she just had taken off her high heels and ran through the forest, she probably would have got away. But she chose to keep her high heels on and stumble across the river. It's really not...
Jump into a small eddy.
Yeah.
Not as effective as the new Jurassic Park, where she's going to go fight a T-Rex in high heels.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
Well, I'm afraid that Bryce Dallas Howard is a little bit cooler than Jen.
Yeah, she's definitely no Bryce Dallas Howard.
Show comes in, kills a bunch more dudes, and because he's okay from the bamboo booby trap. I don't even know why it's in the movie. And
That's how fucking tough he is. You could take a bamboo booby trap to the chest and still get up and kick somebody in the face.
seems like he's dead.
I think he caught it
I think
because he's a ninja. I mean, DEA cop.
it's probably also got like poo smothered on the end of it, so you get that poison thing. You know,
They
when you get
actually fucked up real bad when they were making that trap. They're like, did you put poison on the end of it? They're like, oh, fuck, no, we put Neosporin on the end
stabbed.
of that.
It's just gonna make him feel
God.
nice.
Damn it, I knew that I did something wrong there.
Little icy hot.
Yeah.
Maybe some Gold Bond.
That's the second stage 2 of the trap is that it just powders your groin with Gold Bond so that your balls don't smell when you're running through the jungle. Like, God damn it, Pete, you're really shitty at this job.
Shaquille O'Neal is the ambassador to Argentina. What's
Well, he
Gold
was-
Bond?
Yeah. I went to Argentina. Balls got real ripe. Had to use the Gold Bond.
So they fight, finally, Dennis Miller and Sho Kosugi in a very intense slow motion fight that ends in the Dennis Miller being backhanded to death one time, who then just floats down the river dead.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. No stabbings, no like
Nothing.
explosion, just backhanded to the face
Down the river.
down the river. Okay. Well, show's not done though, neither is this movie, because they got to call in the evac. And the chopper shows up, but unfortunately, it's not the evac chopper. It's a chopper filled with commando-ninjas.
Yes, Team 3, Ninja Commandos.
They've got a machine gun,
Yes.
Bazookas.
these fucking cross spear things. So they are ninjas because they got weird,
Yeah.
dumb ninja weapons.
One guy has a trident. The other guy has like a crucifix spear.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a third guy that has Wolverine claw hands.
And there's a guy that's got a flamethrower,
Oh, the flamethrower, yeah.
and they've got grenade bombs.
Yes. It doesn't matter because he just kills the shit out of all of
He
them.
kills the shit out of them. They're all dead. And so he steals their chopper. He steals their chopper and he flies to an abandoned warehouse instead of taking her to safety. Let's stop here. I'm not done. I'm not done yet. I haven't reached my 250 guys killed quota for the day.
We need to get to the bottom of this.
There's no bottom of it. It's
He still has
drugs.
the disc.
Then take it to where you can use it.
Yeah, so he's got everything he needs to leave and doesn't.
Right. Let's stop it here.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Jim, you got to start questioning this relationship. Like,
Well, she did question it, and then she got nabbed. So, I don't know. Anyways, inside this warehouse is shenanigans, saw blades, rusty nails, trucks, jeeps, etc.
Teamsters.
Teamsters. He kills, in this warehouse, he kills 20 guys.
Yeah.
I counted.
There's
And it's all bonkers. This is one of the greatest ninja action sequences of all time.
except for that one with the grenade.
no, the grenade was not good. The two things that happen in these sequences that are of the most note is when he kills all of the commando ninjas, one of them, he kills a guy by hitting one of the ninjas who has a gun in the groin, causing that ninja to shoot his friend.
Correct.
So he's like, ball tap, and the guy's like, oh, I can only squeeze the trigger while it's pointed at Steve. And does, and Steve's dead.
Yep.
And then in this warehouse sequence, he does a flip over a Jeep, throws a grenade onto the ground where he's going to land.
Right.
That's what happens in the shot. But then it shows the Jeep blow up, so you knew that he got some ninja power going on there. I can't. What happens leading to where he? There's like a 3 death line domino effect that he does, where one of the bad guys throws him a gun, and he like smiles, thank yous him.
He reaches down on the ground and finds a rusty nail and
Yes.
chucks it 100 feet in the air into a guy's face. That guy falls and drops his gun conveniently into Shokusugi's hands, who then turns around and shoots a guy that's 200 yards away.
Yeah.
And then that guy doesn't even do anything. He just falls straight down.
But in the shot, he's like looking at the guy who he just killed with a blunt piece of metal, falling to his death, and he smiles and nods like, thank you for the gun. And then this gun just falls into his hands, and then ear to ear grin shoots another guy. Like, no one has ever had this much fun killing 200 people.
He loves it. Ninjaing. It's fantastic. So they're all dead. The Teamsters are no more. He goes outside. The bad guys have got his girl. Some guy is holding a katana to her throat.
Yeah.
And he kills the shit out of all these guys, including the two main head of drug corp.
He uses a little bit of ninja smoke. I mean, DEA cop smoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Well, and his old boss was there, and he'd been shot in the head. He was a pansy the whole time.
A pansy or a patsy?
Patsy.
Or a traitor?
He's a pansy-patsy traitor. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, oh no! Dennis Miller is not dead. He just got burnt in his
In a deleted scene, I'm guessing.
on his face.
The river, he had a whitewater adventure that ended in him getting face burnt.
Maybe this is like, it's not face burn, it's like that flesh-eating bacteria that you find in the Amazon.
Yeah, because his face is also covered with blood during this.
Maybe he hit a rock and it was jagged.
Yeah.
And
Just
on
kind of scraped
fire.
up his face, like took
Yeah.
off the first layer.
And on fire and covered in flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So they get into a big sword fight, and eventually they run outside onto this big industrial equipment thing. I don't even know what this fucking thing is. And they're by the docks, too. So
Yeah, no, they're not anywhere near where they would just, like, they run outside and like, hey, now they're outside. Hey, now they're at a dock. Wait a second, this is not in the same place.
Right. And
I chose to ignore that. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm entertained. Keep going.
Oh yeah, the movie been doing that the whole time.
Show,
Yeah, and you're like, eh.
Show's got him pinned down and got him dead rights. The guy's like, don't kill me, man. And Show's like, and stabs the ground. But then Dennis Miller grabs like this rusty hook thing, like a meat hook, and stabs Shokusugi in the side.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Good.
definitely going to get
Tetanus.
lockjaw.
Yeah.
Major tetanus, dude. I don't think you're coming back from this one. And then Show falls onto his face off of the rusty equipment, breaks his face open. His brains are everywhere. Movie over. But he's in a real bad way. He's stumbling around. Oh, you got me out pretty good. And
Oh my God.
then he sneaks into the bathrooms of this thing.
Ducos.
Duco's.
One says Banyo, the other one says Ducos.
Duco 1 and Duco 2. And the guy's like, gotcha. And tries to stab through the door, but Shokasugi is actually just behind him.
In the other one.
But you know what was jacked up about that is that he stabs the door and the door starts bleeding.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. But then when he opens the door, there's nobody there. So it's
I know why. Because the door is made of ant wood. It was a living creature that
Boo.
they milled into a door.
No.
The last charge of the Ents ended in getting turned into shitty boats in Argentina.
After Saruman loses the tower, he went into industrial equipment and made this big thing.
Bathroom doors.
Yeah, out of ants. It's really long and not very good joke, but it's pretty much how all Tolkien jokes work. So,
Well, at least it wasn't told by an ant, because that would have taken even fucking longer.
all right, so he's dead because Shokasugi kicks him into his own sword. So it's the old Dutch door action.
The old Dutch sword action.
Dutch sword action, nice. Points to you, and then he stumbles and falls into a toxic waste river.
It's like an oil slick with some. There's a paint can
Mm-hmm.
and a sealed bag of chips.
So, first question:
It was gross.
what is the cause of death?
Those chips had gone bad.
He was so hungry, but I mean, he knew he shouldn't do it, but he was like, well, they're still closed, so I'm going to take a chance.
Is he dead from bleeding out, or is he dead from drowning, or is he dead from toxic waste inhalation?
All three.
I think that after the stab, that was kind of the nail in the coffin, because then when he fell back into the water, he was like, fuck, because then there was another orifice for the fucking bacteria to get him.
Yeah.
And from there, it was just all over.
Yeah. All right. So you're the coroner. You're ruling
Drowning.
bacteria.
Yeah,
infestation.
bacteria drowning.
Bacteria drowning.
Bacteria drowning stab.
Face, and body
Like, if you're the
scoured by rocks.
if you're the coroner, they're like, we really need a solid cause of death, and you just look at him like, look at him, man, he didn't make it. What do you want?
There are a lot of contributing factors to this guy. I personally liked his outfit, where there was no dirt or blood on it, but they ripped the hell out of the back of his shirt. And it was
Right.
just barely hanging on.
Right.
It's the white water, man. It's rough.
River rat.
Freeze frame credits.
Yeah. Freeze frame credits. My first question. So I guess Jim's okay?
That was my first question. What the hell happened to Jim?
Never kills the guy that's got the katana held to her throat. They just disappear into the shadows.
Yeah.
She is now in the sex drug.
Sex drug.
Somebody
The
help
sex
me.
drug.
The sex
Sex
trade
crap. Sex crap. She's doing
She's
sex
doing
crap.
sexual
She's
crap.
doing
to
the
that guy
sexual
with the
crap.
sword.
to the guy with the sword. She likes the danger.
No, I don't. I think that they never got back together. She dumped him, and his primary concern for the rest of the movie was just that fucking disc, and she just happens to be with the disc.
Did he ever get the disc back?
He gets it in the river, and it's all like crumpled up and like covered in flesh-eating bacteria. So I don't think it works.
Well, then they have another shot where the disc is just fine.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't the Hispanic dude take the disc and then get shot with it? He still has the disc on his dead body.
Oh,
He never even gets the disc back.
bad copying.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a cop. He's a ninja.
Did he get revenge for Ray's death?
I guess. If Ray was killed by an indigenous people.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Jackie's. Jen is sold into the sex trafficking industry.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, well-
it's a very sad thing.
Yeah, well, he doesn't care about her at all.
Apparently not.
So
No.
why should we?
So is he the, I'm going to use the term from the movie, Oriental. Okay, can we edit that out?
No. You're gonna have.
You're on
No,
record
you're
being
just-
racist.
Yep, you're standing on thin ice. In a podcast where I've gone 4 times, you're now standing on thin ice.
So is he the Oriental James Bond of the DEA? Like they're sending him in. He's, like after this case, because he brought down some major shit, right? They're going to give him,
Murdered a bunch of people, yeah.
yeah, they're going to give him a much better Corvette, not the pace car version.
There was
And they're going to give him some shit because he's already got the sweet tuxedo.
Excuse me, ma'am. There was no better Corvette than the Goodrich pace car.
Oh,
You take it back.
Take it back.
sorry.
Unless it had checkered flags painted on the hood, then it was a complete deal.
I don't think so, Jackie. It seems to me, by the context of this film, that everything this team of DEA guys do, their boss doesn't like it. So
He's dead now.
He's dead. Well, he was also a traitor, so there's nobody to witness what he's done. He just the dock workers come back one day, and these warehouse guys come to work on Monday, and they're like, "Man, I don't remember this many dead bodies being here when we left on Friday. Is this new?" And that's as far as anything goes. And he just goes back to his condo in Buenos Aires and
Finds a new girlfriend.
starts a blog.
Yeah. The I killed 200 people yesterday blog.
Right. Yeah, no, there's no reward for him.
Which leads to my second question. Or you're up on question now, aren't you?
I only have one question.
Sure. I've got two more, so this one led into it. Is the office of liaison closed?
I think it is.
All right.
See, and that goes around with my last question. Did he retire?
Yeah, he goes and starts a blog. I'm telling you, that's the end of this film.
Huh.
Do you think he kept those sweet Wolverine hands from, when they sent in the commando-ninjas?
I'll tell you what, he went, he said, no, I don't need that, because somewhere he's got a cave that has a coffin in it, and it's just filled with ninja weapons.
It's like a cornucopia of ninja weapons.
Yep.
They just keep
True.
spawning.
Yep.
True. I would have picked him up. I'd been like, these are fucking awesome. Thanks, butthole.
It should be noted that in the credits, there is a credit for weapon design by Sho Kosugi.
Yes.
So
He's been dragging these weapons through like 4 movies, though, now.
Mm-hmm.
Should also be noted that
Yep.
he designed those weapons well before this movie was made.
my question is, do you guys like sharp or mild cheddar? Because I don't really have any questions for this movie because it's so diabolical that you can't ask any questions.
Oh, I definitely like sharp.
Okay.
Extra sharp.
At least
Which
we
just
have that on the
depends
record.
If it's melted, sharp, unmelted, mild.
Now the internet is clear. They've been wondering, so we got that taken care of.
I have a serious question.
Okay.
And it's not with this movie, it's with Sho Kosugi and his film lore. Is
Which
it
I haven't
worse
seen.
to be
His
friends?
film lore.
Oh,
not
there's a
the
movie.
film called Lore. Good God.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I haven't seen that one either.
you know what? There's probably somebody out there that was thinking the exact same thing. So screw you both.
Is it worse to be friends with Sho Kosugi or Steven Seagal?
Steven Seagal.
Are you sure? In Ninja 1 and 2, Sho Kosugi's whole family is killed.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Only the son makes
Yes, you
it.
have.
And that's the same thing in Hard to Kill.
Uh-huh. Not hard to kill.
I don't know, but
Hard to kill with Steven
Steven
Seagal.
Seagal is the same exact, like, whole family dies except for the one son.
Uh-huh.
but you do get booby birthday cake if you stay around with Steven Seagal.
No, that's if you are a part of the Navy. That's
But he was the Navy cook.
yeah.
Casey Ryback. Yeah, Casey Ryback's friends don't get killed as much.
Yeah. You have to listen to Steven Seagal talk and you can actually understand what he says, and it sucks. So you either have to hear offensive statements or you have to not understand a word that your friend is saying.
Which is the most dangerous to your life, though.
Oh, definitely Sho Kosugi.
Sho Kosugi.
Okay.
He does not give 2 fucks, dude.
He
He
does
took his
not give a fuck.
girlfriend on Operation Kill Some Dudes.
Yep. And she got kidnapped and put into the sex trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough being friends with that guy.
Yeah. Final recommendations on Rage of Honor. Jackie, your first time?
Do?
You liked it.
Cop. The Cop movie. I'm
Cop
saying
movie,
that.
right?
Yeah. You know what? I was entertained.
All right.
And it was fun. And Sho Kosugi really has some showmanship.
Oh, he's the best.
He's the best.
Yeah.
There's Jackie Chan, who is clearly the best martial artist that's ever been on film, and anybody that says Bruce Lee is better can suck a big fat fucking dick. But when it comes to shitty movies, there's nobody even close to Sho Kosugi.
No, his movies are more fun than Seagal or Norris or any
Yep.
of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a really, really good time with this.
Sammy?
I've seen it 3 times now, and I'll definitely probably see it 4 and 5 times, so how could I not recommend it?
I am also going to say, dude, it's not much of a surprise. So make sure you check out Rage of Honor. We have it on DVD. I think you can get it on DVD still, but I don't know about streaming. We got some listener feedback, guys,
Sure.
regarding our Cool as Ice episode.
Oh.
Yeah. Lee DeBay says, I was around 13 when this came out. This and House Party with Kid and Play were triumphs in film in the early 90s. Triumph of film.
Yes.
Nobody has ever said that about Cool as Ice.
No.
Well, when you're 13, it's really not hard to impress you.
I thought House Party was pretty fun, but I haven't seen it since I was 13. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either since I was really young.
Yeah, me too. Van Diver sent us a meme, and you should check it out. It's on our Facebook page under the Cool as Ice episode, but I'm going to describe it to you. It's Vanilla Ice holding a Subway sandwich, and it says, drop that zero and get with the hero.
Oh my god!
And then instead of the Subway logo, it's got doucheway. It's pretty funny. So thanks for sharing those, guys. If you want to reach out to us, it's talk@stinkermadness.com or Facebook and twitter.com/stinkermadness. Same for both of those. Reach out to us, tell us what you think, and make sure to answer any of our questions or share your thoughts before you and after you listen to our podcast.
Or even call me an asshole, hell.
Sam's always an asshole. On streaming do's and don'ts, we don't have any, well, we've got a caveat here. We tried to take a bad movie field trip, and I kiboshed the episode because I fucking hated this movie.
I could have talked about it for an hour and a half, though.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Okay.
I could not have talked about it.
Really? I could have really gone
Can
on
we
about
say
it.
what the movie is for criminy?
All right.
I'm building up suspense. Justin, suspense.
Something the movie didn't do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Tom Cruise is in The Mummy. And yeah, I fucking hated this movie.
It did some things really wrong.
This is going to be a nominee from me for
Worst.
bad movie of 2017.
I will say I did enjoy Russell Crowe's performance.
Did you? I did not.
Yeah.
He looked a little fat.
He's a little fat.
Portly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird to me because, it seems like every couple of years he'll lose all of his weight and he'll be in really good shape.
I haven't seen that for 15 years, Jackie.
Yeah.
I have.
Mm.
And then
When you go back and watch the Gladiator again.
Yeah. Oh, see?
He's skinny again.
He's thin again. Wow.
yeah.
From 2000. No, he's a big dude. This movie is exactly everything I fucking hate in film. It's so similar to Dracula Untold and I, Frankenstein, and it's part of that universe that's been rebooted 3 times by them and failed every single time. And it's as exciting as, say, Suicide Squad. It's not as annoying as Suicide Squad,
No.
but it's as exciting and interesting as Suicide Squad.
Oh.
I don't know.
I like Suicide Squad much
That is
better.
a very bold statement.
I liked Suicide Squad better.
It's damning against The Mummy. The Mummy was terrible.
It's really awful.
It did. I think its worst transgression was zombies are really tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's worse than zombies at the end of a zombie cycle when they're tired? Zombies that aren't contagious,
Correct.
which is what this movie's main enemy is.
Correct.
The least threatening zombies ever.
And possibly the least intelligent monster villain of all time. It's a woman. Now, this is the other thing I want to fucking damn this movie on, is the lead villain is a woman, as we've seen from the cover art in the trailers.
Sure.
Her sole motivation as a villain is to get a man.
Yep.
That's it.
That is it.
Not world domination, not the murder of this guy because he's a douche. She wants to make monster babies with him. Fuck you.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's as good as you could come up with the motivation as I need a fucking monster man. Eat a dick.
It portrays itself too, because at the beginning it shows like all this where she's training as a warrior and she's going to be the queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she takes her revenge, it's I want to get a boyfriend.
I need a boyfriend. I need
No,
a monster
you don't
man.
need a- You're just doing all this so that you could be the queen, not so that you could be some dude's bimp. What the hell?
We're gonna get a house with 2 bathrooms and a dog and a picket fence, and I'm gonna make monster dinner once a night or every night. My ass is gonna be in the kitchen to serve my man. Fuck off.
Well, and the thing is that she's all powerful, but then she's going to bring up this dude. He's going to be her king, and he has the power of life or death. So he's going to get bored one day and be like, you know what, bitch? Suck a dick. And he's going to kill her.
Yeah, you're on.
You're done. I'm going to get myself somebody hotter.
And it's funny that you bring that up, Jackie, because that is exactly what happens in the movie.
Yes.
Tom Cruise becomes the king mummy, and he's like, you suck, lady. Bang. You're dead.
Yeah.
You cease to be. So, A, she sucks as a woman, and B, she sucks at taste. Like, her entire motivation is to get this guy, and she chose poorly.
Yeah. And actually, no, I think the worst transgression, as I'm changing my mind, the worst transgression this movie makes is that it's not a Tom Cruise vanity piece. It was supposed to be a Tom Cruise vanity trilogy, where Tom Cruise writes himself a blank check to have whatever fucking superpowers he wants so that he's the greatest superpower guy ever.
Right.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, indeed.
Fuck you.
Fuck this franchise. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't?
Oh, I wouldn't.
Oh, no.
This
the
is
only
do
reason
not.
that we even went was because it was so poorly rated, and we're like, okay, well, you know what? We haven't done a field trip in a while. Let's go check it out. And when the only time I laugh is because I'm so fucking fed up with this film, when one of the Knights Templar's hands comes out of its crypt and the fingers are already broken and just kind of hanging there, and they're going to fall off. Like, it was just such a shit mummy thing. That's the only time I laughed during that movie.
I did not. I was bored, and I was looking at the wallpaper around me. I couldn't have talked about it for an hour, Sam, because I was so bored. I'm bored right now.
I had hand-dipped corn dogs before I went into the theater, and that was nice.
You fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah.
How dare
They
you?
were really good.
Yeah, I bet.
Bastard.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about something awesome on Amazon Prime, a Rift Tracks movie, Sword and the Sorcerer. Sam and I just watched this today.
Jackie watched most of it.
Yeah, she didn't. She looked at her phone the whole time, so she doesn't get away. Starring.
That's not true.
Starring.
I looked at it like 4 times.
Yeah, that's not enough, and you missed the entire ending. Starring
Lee Horsley
and Richard Lynch from Barbarians fame.
Yes. He's the bad guy in every budget sorcerer movie, apparently.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's done quite a few with.
He's the bad guy in Gore too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is in this?
Simon McCorkindale. And the gal from Dallas with the boobs.
Richard Mole. From Night Court.
From Night Court, is he? Yeah.
And Reb Brown from basically every movie we've ever covered.
Yeah, and Frank from Murphy Brown. Whatever
Frank
the hell,
from Murphy Brown.
Whatever that guy's name is.
Sword and Sandals movie. There is barely a sword, and there's barely a sorcerer, and there's barely a monster, and there's barely intrigue.
Oh, come on. That sword that had sword throwing powers was pretty cool.
Disappears for 90% of the film that you didn't watch. You did see that, but then it's gone forever. There's a lot of nothing happening in this film for a lot of it.
This is really one of the... It's right up there with Albert Puyn's other masterpiece of
Albert Puyn directed
boringness, Captain America.
Yes.
It's very reminiscent of nothing happening. But he's sort of shackled in this one because he has to get really good shots of all these set pieces they did a great job with.
Yes.
And all of the special effects that they did a good job with. And by the time he did that, there wasn't any room for a movie.
Oh, we can't. Oh, uh-oh.
He even threw some boobs in there to try to keep us interested.
Yeah.
He did what he could.
Yeah. There's not a lot that happens. The entire middle section of this movie without riff tracks would be very boring. But once things start to happen, whoa.
Bullshit to the max.
It is bullshit to the max. This guy, and not to mention the protagonist of this film, is pretty douchey. He's like Deathstalker level of douchey.
Oh, Deathstalker's way less douchey.
Yeah, okay.
He's Lee Horsley in Sword and the Sorcerer. Talon is the douchiest hero, I think, in any Sword and Sandal
He's
movie.
not a hero you can get behind.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I don't think he's the leader of the free people now.
Nope.
And I think he's just a merc anyways.
Yeah. He doesn't even bother to take back his kingdom by the end. He was just like, let's go kill some more dudes.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I'm going to give it a do, but it's a barely do, just because that middle section is just so boring.
Huh.
But with riff tracks, it was a pretty good time. But yeah, without... The beginning's pretty fun. The end's pretty fun, but man, oh man, I just shut up.
You can make your own jokes through the middle of it, which is why I've probably seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I actually give this one a do, and I've probably watched this 10 times.
Okay.
I've really seen The Sword and the Sorcerer a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly when I was a kid, but, I've revisited it and had a nice time with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's your podcast. Sam, it is your pick next week. What's on the
Tentatively, we're planning for 9 Deaths of the Ninja on a mini run of Shokasugi.
Shokasugi and Shokasugi!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, 2 in a row. All right, well, we will check out 9 Deaths of the Ninja and talk to you on Monday. Have an excellent week and get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper. You know, if I had a nickel for every time my wife interrupted the podcast to go take a dump.
You'd only have 250, but in terms of nickels, it's kind of a lot.
That's a lot. Saying I only voted for Trump because I didn't like Hillary is like saying, I don't like vanilla ice cream, so I'll just eat dog shit.
Yep. What the hell did we watch last night?
It was called Portrait of a Stripper.
Oh, yeah, it sucked.
It was not a hit at all. We aborted. I think we made it like 40 minutes, and we were like, dude, this movie's so not interesting. This is not it. Good choice, Jackie. Couldn't watch Day of the Sharks with Tree Williams. Fuck no. I don't even know if that is a shark movie.
Day of the Sharks?
Yeah. Well, maybe they're like loan sharks or something.
Who's to say?
Well, let's find out. Night of the Sharks, I'm sorry.
Night of the Sharks is more menacing.
And David must fight for his life against the gangsters who killed his brother for a CD filled with proof of their illegal activities. When David gets possession of the CD, they go down to Mexico, where David lives as a shark hunter. Who will get David first, the gangsters or the shark?
Okay, wait.
And we didn't watch this.
Yay! Well, I'm kind of glad because I would have been too drunk to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to watch that though. That sounds good.
Yeah. Well, not good, but